Thank you all for coming. It is fantastic to be here on the 10th anniversary of the Deming Cup. And I want to congratulate on my end the winners, David Apney, Janet Di Fiori, and Uberjoli. You're joining an amazing class of Deming Cup winners over the last 10 years, and it's fantastic to be welcoming you to the family. I want to take a minute to thank Nelson. I've been involved in the Deming Center since I joined the university, which was about 21 years ago. And about 11 years ago, we had a faculty meeting where Nelson suggested that he starts the Deming Cup. And I have to say his colleagues me included, were a little bit skeptical about that. And we just didn't know whether we would be able to execute successfully, whether we will be able to execute through time. And it is amazing what has been accomplished to a large extent through the energy and the perseverance of Nelson, and I want to recognize that on behalf of the school and on behalf of the division, because as you mentioned earlier, we've been colleagues for 21 years. So thank you very, very much for everything that you have done. So I want to take a minute to say a couple of things about the school and then switch back to the Deming Cup, primarily because a lot of the things that we're trying to do at the school are actually the principles that embody the Deming Center and the things that we recognize here today. So everything that we want to do at the school over the next chapter of our journey is really about two things. Excellence in education for our students and alums, and excellence in the thought leadership and impact of our faculty. Jointly, I believe that Columbia could be the best, most prestigious business school located in the best business center in the world. So that's the goal, and that's what we're here to do. And what we're doing is really innovating the curriculum, essentially to sort of best prepare our students for careers of the future, and so do that. Secondly, introduce or expand experiential learning opportunities available for our students. So have our students work in projects. Many companies sponsor projects, so we believe in the partnership between corporations and the school. And this is something that we think it's important for us to be able to do. The third thing that we're going to be starting to all of the alums that we have here in audience is we're going to take all of the curriculum innovations that we do in the school, and we're going to turn them around and offer it through an online learning tool as a lifelong learning initiative to all of you. So this will be launched in the next year. And this is going to be something that we're going to continue throughout. So in some sense, every time we have something interesting to say in the classroom, we're going to be turning it around and offering it to our alums, for essentially lifelong learning. Finally, we believe strongly in collaborations across other schools in the university. We mentioned the engineering earlier today, the medical school, the Data Science Institute, etc. And then finally, sort of expand the entrepreneurial activities of the school. These are some of the things that we're trying to do, and we've started executing on them, and hopefully we'll be reporting on a lot of these things later this year and the years after that. Now, if you recant everything that I just said, you will realize that this is very familiar, because a lot of these things are the same things that the Deming Center has been preaching for quite some time. So collaboration between academia and industry, applied research, and embracing technology, promoting lifelong learning. These are all of the things that we have been cheerleading through the center throughout its life, and certainly recognizing through the award that we have been giving in the last 10 years. So, a lot of the things that we recognize today here are sort of present indeed in the strategy of the school into the future. We didn't copy the strategy out of everything that we've been doing so far, but it's the power of good ideas that apply in many different areas. Now, the Deming Cup and the Deming Center are crucially important in the life of the school. First of all, through the Deming Center and through the financial support that we get from events like this, Nelson and the Deming Center has been sort of supporting doctoral research in the school for more than a decade now, which has been significant for our students. And secondly, we have been sort of recognizing the principles that we think are important in business, operational excellence, continuous improvement, and these are essentially aligned with the vision of the school in everything that we do. And it's a pleasure to be recognizing them annually here in this event. Now, I want to recount a little bit about the evolution of the Deming Cup, which is truly amazing. It started about 10 years ago, and it has grown significantly in its prestige. We have sort of amazing CEOs that get essentially recognized every year, and they keep coming back to the school. So this is an amazing community that we have built through this process. It has grown significantly in scope, in sort of the industries that get represented, and in some sense the sectors. This year we're recognizing public service with our winner in Janet DiFiore for her work in the legal system in New York. And finally, it has grown in its impact, which is very important and it's something worth recognizing. So I'll stop here. It is always a privilege for me to be attending these events. I'm always in awe of everything that you achieve year after year. And again, I would like to honor and congratulate our awardees, for which we're going to now hear more, David, Janet, and Bird. And thank you all very much for coming. All right, let's enjoy this time.